Field lights, wings shine mean in the heat of the night. Push trucks rolling, engines cry, heartbeat hitting like a war drum sky. Fuel fumes burning, crowd starts to roar. You ain't here to live, you're here for war. Green flag snaps and you're loosing the wind, throwing dirt and chasing that wind. Throttle pinned, elbows out wide, hunting that cushion like it stole your pride. Slide job, send it deep in the corner and pray it sticks. Right rear throwing clay off the cushion's grip. Slide job, fans bang boards yelling, send it son, glory you wreck. There ain't no in between rides. Slide job, hold tight baby, this ain't no parade. This is dirt track thunder and we came to invade. Like a freight train swing, G-forces bite when they ride rear digs. Slick in the middle, tacky up high, living on the edge of a half-second line. One mistake and you're kissing the wall. Heroes rise fast, legends fall. This ain't a game for the calm or tame. Fortune screams aloud for the ones who aim. Hammer down, lean hard on that wing. If you ain't risking it all, you ain't winning a thing. Slide job, send it deep in the corner and pray it sticks. Right rear throwing clay off the cushion's grip. Slide job, fans bang boards yelling, send it son, dirt in your teeth, but damn this life fun. Slide job, wide open hearts in a world built on grit. Ain't no better feeling than making her stick. White flag waving, hands ain't steady. Last lap, breathe deep, keep heavy. One more dive, no fear, no shame. Stand on it, son, claim your name. Slide job, checkers fly, crowd shakes the ground. Victory lane, you're the talk of this town. Slide job, from the mud to the lights, we were born to drive. A slide job's more than a move, it's how we survive.
Welcome, everybody. We are here tonight. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN, Digital Racing Sports Network, bringing you the coverage of the DOB, the Dirty Old Bastards, Season 21, race number 12 of 13. We're going to be here at Lincoln Speedway tonight. This is also they do a Outlaws versus PA Posse challenge tonight. So when they run the tracks in Pennsylvania, you're going to see that challenge tonight. So it looks like we got about 20 drivers out there in practice right now. We've got, let's see here, about a minute, less than 2 minutes left to go in practice. I don't see anybody out there on the racetrack. We'll jump over here and looks like right now, fast time in practice with Aiden. Let me see here. Looks like Aiden Forrester at 12:59, but right behind him, Mason Hannigan. Mason picked up the win last time out, back at Williams Grove, back on December 4th. Our point leader, Kenny Hoffman. Don't see him in the lobby yet either. So we'll get going here real quick. About a minute and a half left to go. Excuse me, about 2 minutes left to go here in practice. Nobody out there on the racetrack. Oh, actually, we just flipped over to qualifying. The car's on the racetrack now for qualifying, it looks like. taking a look here at William Clapp in the number 4. William doing a really good job. Finds himself in the top 10 right now here in points. Let's just jump over to the big screen. Qualifying just starting off here. Dylan Alt right now in the 42 out there on the racetrack. Clapp as well. We got, take a look at Donald Schmalfelt as well. So Clapp going to go across the line. Fast time so far to 13.36 with Robinson. Greg Robinson going to knock him off the top at a 13.278. See who else is out here on the racetrack. And here goes Dakota Kuhn. Dakota Kuhn now to the top of the charts with a 13.006. So we saw a 12 in hot laps. Is anybody going to get back into the 12s here in qualifying? Dylan Alt goes back to the top. Jeremy Zerfus, Dakota Kuhn, your top 3 right now in qualifying. See if we can get a little more audio there on the cars here for us. Aiden Forrester now goes to the top of the charts. Mason Hannigan going to knock him down. So Hannigan out at 12.86. Forrester a 12.90. Looks like we're getting close to wrapping up qualifying. Still a few cars out there on the racetrack. We take a look here at Joseph Grandy making his way around. That's a really good looking number 5 there from the RTB sponsored car. But right now it's Hannigan at the top of the charts at a 12.857. Right behind him is Aiden Forrester at a 8.98. A really close lap times here tonight. Jay Schaff back here. Looks like that's going to wrap up qualifying. We got about 20 cars here. 20 cars here for this 410 field here in the DOB, the Dirty Old Bastards. That is going to round out qualifying. Let's see if we can get a quick look at the results here before we get lined up for our first heat race. And it was Hannigan at the top. Going to start on the pole, heat race number 1. Forrester in second. Putney came in third right there. Dylan Alt, Jeremy Zarfos, Dustin Steinman with a good time there in 6th. Shane Gallo, Dakota Kuhn, A-Case in 9th. I call him A-Case because I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Donald Schmalfelt there in 10th. Greg Robinson, William Clapp, John Klimowitz, Joseph Grandy, Matt Grimm, David Baker, Charles Allen, and Richie Gaines is going to round out our 18-car field. So it looks like we're going to do... We got Austin Griffey and Jay Schaff did not get any laps in. So heat race number 1 lining up right now. And it's going to be Hannigan on the pole. Outside of him on the front row is going to be Spencer Putney. Starting in that 3rd spot inside of row number 2, Jeremy Zarfos. And Shane Gallo outside of him in row number 2. Starting in the 5th spot is going to be A-Case SGR team and Greg Robinson outside of him in the 6th starting position. John Klimowitz inside of row number 4. On the outside, it's Matt Grimm. Inside of row number 5, Charles Allen Jr. And starting in that 10th spot is going to be Austin Griffey. Design Metal Arts sponsor here for DOB. All right, Mason and Hannigan on the pole. Last week's winner at Williams Grove. Now, the 2 heat races tonight, 10 cars each. It looks like everybody's going to make the feature. Looks like they're going to take the top 3. We're getting notes here from Race Control. Top 3 going to go to the redraw for the dash. Roll through 3 and 4 here. It's Mason Hannigan bringing us to the line. We're going to go around one more time. One more time here before we go green. I don't know why that says 2 laps of 2, but we'll get that fixed. And it's green flag to come off of turn number 4. It's Hannigan to the point with a big jump over Spencer Putney. Spencer Putney settles in that 2nd spot. Shane Gallo moves up into 3rd. Down on the bottom in that 4th spot, it's Jeremy Zarfos. He's underneath Gallo for that 3rd spot, trying to get that bottom groove working. But Gallo with a good run off the top is going to hold on to 3rd. Zarfos trying to work that bottom. We look at the front. Putney also trying to work the bottom of the racetrack. Hannigan up on the cushion. Putney jumps back up to the top as they come off of turn number 2, off of turn number 4. They're down the front straightaway. Looks like my counter's not... So 6 laps left to go in this race. It is Mason Hannigan out in front. Started on the poles, led every single lap. Gallo and Zarfos going back and forth for that 3rd spot. Side by side for that 3rd position as Gallo and Zarfos. Zarfos doing everything he can down the bottom of the racetrack. Gallo up on the cushion. Making a little slide job back there in the back. It looked like AK slides up in front of Robinson. maybe a little bit of contact. Robinson has to check up. We'll jump back up or take a look at this battle for third, and that is going to bring out our first caution. So five laps down, 3 laps left to go. Hannigan has led every single lap so far at this point. Looks like a little bit of contact there in the back. We'll see if we can take a quick look at this real fast before we go back to green. Jump over and look at the replay. And you can see just a... you know, it looked to me like Gallo, you can see... Let's take another quick look at that from inside the cockpit. But, yeah, from behind, you know, didn't look like a lot of contact. Looked like a pretty decent slider right there. Let's see, we're back under caution. See if we can take another quick look at that. You know what? One thing we look at these things all the dang time is this netcode seems, this update they did the other day, I don't know if it's getting worse, but he saw a couple times last night in a couple incidents, and let's see what it looks like here. Yeah, I'm not sure if Grimm felt some contact there or if he just kind of turned down the racetrack to avoid Case sliding up, but we'll let the race directors just make their decisions on that right now. Hannigan out in front. It looks like A-Case was put back to 8th. It looks like Case was moved back a few spots, so we'll see who goes right now. Pace truck looks like going to be in the pits. Going to bring us off of 4. You see Hannigan up on that cushion. Gets another good jump, and it's Hannigan, Putney, Gallo, your top 3 right now. Hannigan out to a good lead. 3 laps left to go in this race. Putney can't quite gain, but there's a big move from Zarfos. Going to try to slide up in front of Gallo. Not able to make a move, and we're back under caution one more time. It looks like a crash in the back, maybe with Charles Allen and A-Case. We'll see if we can see what happened. I don't know if they got a lap in there or not. We'll see what that shows me. 2 laps left to go, but we'll see what that is. So we'll take a look here from the view up on top. We got Charles Allen and Case back there in the back. Heading into turn number 1. Charles Allen right there in the middle of the racetrack. Case right there behind him. It looks like Allen getting a little bit loose off of 2. And didn't really see anything. My event scoring said there was an incident there between those two, but it looks like maybe just the race official decided to call off that restart. So one more time here. 3 laps left to go. Hannigan at the point still. Gallo now up to 2nd. Zarfos in 3rd. Looks like Putney was put back for a jump in the start. Hannigan, Gallo, Zarfos. Look at Putney up on the outside of Jeremy Zarfos trying to make a run. White flag, 1 more lap to go for Mason Hannigan. He comes off of turn number 2. Scrapes the wall a little bit off the corner, down the back straightaway. Going to come across the line, come off of turn number 4, and it's going to be Mason Hannigan winning heat race number 1. Shane Gallo going to be 2nd. Jeremy Zarfos 3rd. Spencer Putney, John Klimowitz, Greg Robinson, and A-Case is going to finish off the end of that heat race with glorious fashion. And Charles Allen and then Matt Grimm and Austin Griffey did not finish the race. So let's go pull up the results here real quick from heat race number 1 while heat race number 2 is getting lined up. One more time, Mason Hannigan started on a pole, led every single lap of that race, comes home with a win. He will go to the redraw. Shane Gallo comes in 2nd, also go to the redraw. Jeremy Zarfos in that 3rd position. So the top 3 out of this heat race all going to the redraw for the dash. Spencer Putney, John Klimowitz, Greg Robinson, A-Case, Charles Allen, Matt Grimm, Austin Griffey round out our 10-car field. Our 10-car heat race number 1. Let's just put a split here on the timing and scoring, so we'll all right, so we're gonna roll off here in heat race number 2, and it's Aiden Forrester on the point. Dylan Auld outside him on that front with Dustin Steinman going to start in 3rd. Dustin Stein's Designs, you're looking for a livery done, reach out to Dustin. Dakota Cone outside of him in the 4th starting position. Starting in 5th, Donald Smallfelt. William Clapp outside of row number 3 in that 6th starting spot. Inside of row number 4 is going to be Joseph Grandy with David Baker from Australia to the outside. Richie Gaines the third, starting in ninth, and rounding out our 10-car field in heat race number 2, it is Jay Schaff. Appreciate you being here with us. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN, bringing you the Dirty Old Bastards DOB Racing League 410 series. Aiden Forrester bringing us to the line. We're going to go around one more time and come off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Lights are out on the pace truck. We will go green here for this 8-lap heat race. Coming off of turn number 4, Forrester, Alt on the front row. And Forrester is no slouch on these starts. He gets a big jump on Alt. We're 4 wide, 5 wide for second, and we're piled up now, and that's going to be, it looks like it is the Ford car of Clapp involved, or excuse me, Baker. Dakota Kuhn also involved, Donald Schmalfeld and Joseph Grandy. So we are under caution right away. We did not even get a lap in. We'll see if we can see what happened there. Take a look at the Ford car. I think it happened up in front of them. Yeah, it did actually. Looks like it might have been the 95 of Dakota Kuhn. We'll rewind this here real quick and see if we can see exactly what happened. But we are piled up in turn number 2 here. So it's Kuhn down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Comes across, and so a little bit of contact there with Kuhn and Schmalfeld. And you can see maybe a little aggression there from Kuhn, keeping it full throttle, pile drive, and Schmalfeld into the outside wall there. Gives me the impression that maybe Dakota Kuhn thought that was Schmalfeld's fault right there. So we'll see what the race officials have to say one more time. As we are back under caution here in heat race number 2. Actually, yeah, we're back under caution because we didn't get a lap in. So they're going to have a full restart. That is going to put Forrester and Alt back to the front row. Steinman and Clapp's, it looks like that's going to move Clapp up to the 4th starting spot. And it looks like that is going to knock Schmalfeld, Grandy, and Baker out of this race. It looks like Dakota Kuhn, I don't know if that's just a visual to us or not, but he's running around without a nose swing. That is going to be tough to hang on to here at Lincoln. You're slowing down quite a bit in these corners, trying to get some power to the ground coming off. You're just going to raise that front. Let's see if maybe we'll keep an eye on Kuhn. He might give us a good show of a wheelie here coming on this restart. All right, coming off, and it's Forrester going to bring us to the line one more time. Another great start from Forrester. He is out 10 car lengths, already out in front of Dylan Alt without a wing on the car there again. Looks like we're back under one more caution. See, Steins now jumped to the pits. Richie Gaines to the pits as well. Kind of missed what happened there. So we see Steinman up into the wall right here. We'll see if we can back this up just a little bit, see what got him into the fence. Up on this restart, it's Clapp and Stein together. Stein into the fence, comes off the number 3 car, off of Jay Schaff, up into the wall. And unfortunately, it looks like that's going to end Stein's heat race. Let's get back to live time, figure out where we are on the racetrack. So coming off a 4 here one more time. Lights are out on the pace truck. Jump in car with. I wish I had a tear off button here for the in car camera. We're gonna roll off of turn number 2. We're down to only 5 cars in this heat race. Forrester, Alt, Schaaf, Clapp, and Dakota Kuhn now running in that 5th spot. It looks like that might be Schmalfeld. Looks like he's down a lap, but he is back out there. All right, we're going to go around one more time. It is Forrester, Alt, Schaaf. We got only 3 laps down this race. Still 5 laps left to go. Design Metal Art. My name is Chris Murphy, DRSN, bringing you the Dirty Old Bastards 410 series here at Lincoln. Forrester is going to bring us through 3 and 4 one more time. Gonna get right up on top of that racetrack. Watch him dive down to the bottom, coming off a 4 to get a good run down that hill. And here comes Forrester. Alt and Shaft. Our race is going to be for second. It looks like it's going to be Shaft down to the bottom. Going to try to slide up in front. Can't quite clear the slider off of 2. Going to have to settle back into the 3rd spot. And it's Alt into the outside wall, coming off of turn number 4. That is going to let Shaft get down to the bottom one more time, heading into 1. He's got the space. He's going to slide up in front off of 2. Shaft to the point. Here comes Alt back up on the top. Shaft goes down to block the slider. It kind of looks like slides up the racetrack off of 4. Not enough momentum there, but for Alt to get by. We've got 2 laps left to go. We're going to go around. White flag coming up for Aiden Forrester. As he comes off of turn number 3. He's into the wall in 3 and 4. He had a big enough lead. It's not going to hurt him. And we're still side by side here for second. Shaft and Alt still going side by side. Shaft down on the bottom of the racetrack. Shaft on top. Alt on the bottom. One more time. They're going to hit through 3 and 4. Forrester's going to take the win, and it looks like it's going to be Shaft winning the battle for second. Alt in 3rd. Clap's going to come home into 4th spot. Dakota Kuhn without a nose wing. Good job hanging on to that 5th position. So it's going to be Forrester, Shaft, and Alt going to the redraw for the dash. So both heat races tonight, one from the pole. Leaders took off, led every single lap. We'll see if we can pull up the results here for heat race number 2. And it was Aiden Forrester taking the win. Jay Shaft there in 2nd. Dylan Alt rounding out the top 3, going to the redraw here for the dash, which we're getting ready to get lined up right now. So what they do here is I get the little bit 20-minute warm-up. And they're doing a redraw right now for those top 3 from each heat. They'll come out here and run the dash. It's going to line up the top 3 rows for the feature tonight. But going back to the rest of the results, William Clapp coming up in 4th, Dakota Kuhn 5th, Donald Schmalfeld in the 6th starting position, finishing position there. Richie Gaines the 3rd in 7th, Dustin Simon 8th, Joseph Grandy and David Baker rounding out our 10 cars there in that second heat race. All right, so as we're getting lined up here, welcome back. Welcome to the booth. They're trying to figure out the lineup here for the dash. They're doing a redraw. We'll try to call the dash the best we can. It's kind of hard to see the lineup once they get rolling out here. But I can see the 22. It looks like the number 3 of Shaft is going to go somewhere towards the front row. Got to learn all these guys' card numbers here. So the 19... The 19 is Jeremy Zarfos, going to start on the pole. Outside of him is the 3, Jay Shaft. So Shaft and Zarfos on the front row. Looks like Forrester way back there in the back. I see Gallo outside. And the 42 down on the bottom of the second row. That is Dylan Alt. So our heat race winners both in the back there with Mason Hannigan. So we're going to come off to get the start right now. It is going to be the 79. With a big lead, it's going to be Zarfos there. Zarfos out to the point. Dylan Alt down there on the bottom. A little bit of contact there. I'm not quite sure who that was, but that looks like maybe Jay Shaft. So Jay Shaft there in the 3, now up to the 2nd spot. Forrester Shaft down there on the bottom trying to make room. We got, Forrester to the point. No, this is giving me a fast time. This really messes up my timing and scoring. It's just giving me lap time. So it is the 19 of Zarfos out in front. Shaft down there on the bottom. Forrester's made his way up to 3rd. I have no idea how many laps we're going because I don't know how to count. But it looks like Shaft Forrester now has made his way up to 2nd, but he's got the 3 car of Shaft down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Dylan Alt finds himself in the pit area with Zarfos, Forrester, Shaft, Hannigan. The Gallo spinning around back there in the back. I think that might have been the checkered. We're going around one more time. Forrester looking down to the bottom of Zarfos. Can he make a run? Forrester with a big slide off of 2. That was going to be the checkered, so it's going to be, it looks like it was going to be Zarfos taking the win. Forrester 2nd. I wish they had a way to run the dash so I can really see what's going on. So I'm pretty much just looking at a warm-up. So we got about 15 minutes left here in the warm-up session. Filling time's not my gift, but we'll see what we can figure out here. So we'll take a look. Actually, while we're out here getting this lined up, we did have the point standings from last week, so we'll bring those up. We did get a chance to bring them up early on. There we go. Current point standings coming tonight. Kenny Hoffman leading the points. Kenny is not here tonight. Right behind him in second is Spencer Putney. Jack Young in third. Matt Grimm fourth. William Clapp in the fifth position right now in the regular season point standings. Mason Hannigan, Richie Gaines, Shane Gallo, Dustin Steinman, and Jay Schaff round out the top 10. Then we look at our PA Posse versus the Outlaws. It's Mason Hannigan with the lead in that. And this is, I think this might be the last race of that. I'll have to go back and look. We finished off at Charlotte, so I believe this is the last race of the PA Posse versus the Outlaws. And it's Hannigan, Forrester battling out for the title. Lennart Hoffman sits in third. He is not here. Ryan Avila also not here tonight. Alex Hertzdinsky also not here tonight. So Spencer Putney, Jay Schaff, Jake Young, Gavin Chapman, and Matt Grimm round out the top 10 there in the PA Posse Outlaw versus Outlaws series. Last week at Williams Grove, it was Mason Hannigan bringing home the win. I think we got about 14 minutes left to go here in warm-ups. I didn't change my graphic the whole night long, did I? We'll just take that off there and see what it says. The Dirty Old Bastards. Season 21 410 sprints here at Lincoln. My name's Chris Murphy. The DRSN. We're watching a little bit of practice here. Let's see if we can find some different camera angles. We'll just pull up some static cameras here, just get some shots. These guys are making their way around the racetrack. We're been broadcasting a lot of races over the years. We're kind of getting a little bit newer to the iRacing side of things. We're just getting this channel built up. So if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Give us a follow out there. We are looking to build some things up right now. So it looks like they're going to cut this warm-up session short, which is good for me because, like I said, filling time is not my specialty. So we're going to get it lined up for the feature. What they're going to do here is they've got to kind of do a little warm-up lap to shuffle out that top six to get that results in from the dash. And I believe that is going to be Zarfos on the pole. I think we'll see Zarfos on the pole, Aiden Forrester to the outside. I expect Forrester to get a good jump coming to the stripe off of 4. It's going to be all up to Zarfos if he can get a run into 1, slide up in front of Forrester. That is going to be the key here for this first lap at least. But we've got 30 laps of this. I believe it's the 30 lap feature. My screen says 36, but we got to burn 1 or 2 here just to get these cars lined up properly. So we're going to get rolling. Looks like Mason Hannigan going to pull up out of the way. Tanner Pettit Racing TPR 24 is your discount for 10% off on sprint car setups. Got a lot of dirt setups over at Tanner Pettit Racing. Don't miss out on that discount if you're looking to get into sprint car racing. Or if you're already into sprint car racing and you're looking to get a good setup, look over to Tanner Pettit. Stein's Designs. Bringing us all of our fancy liveries out here on some of these SGR teammate cars. You need a good paint job for just about anything. He's done a couple for me I really like, so reach out to Stein's Designs. You'll find him over on Facebook. All right, we got Zarfos on the pole, Forrester to the outside. We'll bring up our grid that'll be wrong for the first few spots, but we'll make it work if I can quit messing up on me here. Zarfos, Forrester, Schaff, Gallo, Hannigan, all at your top 6. Starting in 7th, going to be Putney, Clapp, Klimowitz, Dakota Kuhn, Donna Schmalfelt, Greg Robinson, A-Case. Going to start back there in the 13th position. We come off of turn number 4. Looks like we're going to go around one more time. Run out the rest of the field, starting in 15th, Dustin Steinman, Charles Allen Jr. back there in the 16th starting position. Then it's Joseph Grandy, Matt Grimm, David Baker, and Austin Griffey rounding out our 20-car field. We're going to come around one more time off of turn number 2. It is Zarfos at the point. He's going to need to get a good jump if he's going to keep Forrester, Schaff, and Hannigan behind him. Going to roll through turn number 3 one more time. As they roll off of 4, we're going to go green. And we are green at Lincoln. It's Zarfos with a good jump off of Forrester. Is going to take the lead. Going to slide up the racetrack into turn number 1. And it is Zarfos, Forrester, Schaff, your top 3. Hannigan lurking back there in the 4th spot. Schaff down on the bottom, trying to find a little bit of wetness down on the bottom of the racetrack against that wall. He's trying to 3 wide for the lead right now. Forrester goes down in the middle. Schaff to the bottom. Zarfos to the top. That is going to cost Schaff that 3rd spot. Here comes Hannigan now into the outside. Tight on the bottom of the racetrack. Schaff tried to squeeze a nose in there, but just not able to make it work. And here comes Forrester to the point. Big slider off of turn number 2, able to clear Zarfos. Zarfos now back to the top. Forrester trying to roll the bottom of the racetrack. They come off of turn number 4 here. 4 laps down, 32 to go is what my screen says. We'll see how many that really actually is, but you can see Hannigan now working the racetrack. Hannigan up to 2nd, started in 4th, now up to 2nd. He's got his eyes set on Forrester at the point. Forrester, Hannigan, Zarfos, your top 3, and then it's Schaff, and we're going to go caution for our first time tonight. And it looks like it might have been an incident with Schmalfelt, Stein, and Grandy. So Forrester got himself to the lead there. Zarfos did a good job leading the first few laps. We're going to see if we can see what happened here on this first caution. Take a look here at Dustin Steinman. It looks like the 7 car up there against the wall of Schmalfelt. Let's go rewind here just a little bit. So it looks like he just kind of got up into the wall right there, lost some momentum, got sideways, and yeah, just got sideways there. And the 5 of Grandy just had nowhere to go. Steinman piles in there too, so I just don't think they saw him blowing up near as much as he did off it too. So Schmalfelt just kind of looks like he lost the back of the car, checked up, and unfortunately everybody kind of piled into him right there. Back to live timing here. All right, my screen says lap 8 of 36, so that's what we're going to call it. So 32 laps left to go now at this point. Zarfos, Forrester, Schaff, and Hannigan, your top 4 right now on the screen as they're getting doubled up here. Come off of turn number 4. Pace truck looks like it's got the lights out as far as I can tell. Welcome to the Dirty Old Bastards 410 series here at Lincoln. The last race in the PA Posse vs. Outlaw series here for DOB for this season. Next week will be the championship race at Charlotte. We're going to try to be here to cover that for you. But right now we're going to go green one more time here at Lincoln. Forrester, Zarfos on the front row. As we come off of 4, Forrester down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to bring Hannigan with him. Hannigan, great jump there on the back on the 2nd spot. He is going to move, and we're piling up in the front. We are piled up everywhere. It looked like it might have been, I saw Zarfos sideways kind of started that. Not sure if somebody got into him or not. But you can see about half a dozen cars now entering the pit area. We'll see if we can go back and take a look here. I saw Zarfos sideways at one point as we were watching the leaders. But we're going to watch his head down into 1 as Zarfos there on the outside. He's coming down the racetrack. And it looks like some contact with Zarfos and the number 3 of Schaff. Turns Zarfos sideways down the front straightaway into turn number 1. And unfortunately, here comes everybody else with a big head of steam. There's Gallo piling into the mess. It looks like it might have been Case. I see the 83 piling in there as well. And we've got about 9 or 10 cars all tore up in this wreck. I see Case around sideways. I see... Yeah, unfortunately, just too many cars to mention, but it looked like that started with a little bit of contact there from Schaaf. in the 3 and Zarfos there in the 19. So unfortunate incident right there is going to take out, looks like a few cars in the field. So we're down, let's see, there's only 11 cars out on the racetrack right now. Out of our 20 that started, everybody else in the pits. And we are only a few laps into this race, so it's not been caution free tonight here at Lincoln. Forrester, Hannigan, Alt, Putney now your top 4. Putney looking to move up in the point standings. As we looked a little bit earlier, he's pretty close to the back of Hoffman here for the points lead. All right, we're going to roll off one more time. More green again here at Lincoln. It's Forrester, Hannigan, your top 2. Alt, Putney, Klimowitz, and Robinson. We see Clapp back there in the number 4, trying to make his way back up here to the front. A little bit slide. Oh, the 83 car is going to slide up the racetrack, make a little contact. That's Robinson. Into the wall one more time. We're under caution once again. I see somebody flipping off the screen in the background, so it looks like it might have been, we'll see if we can get down here and figure out what happened. Yeah, it's already pretty much gone down at this point here. All right, we can see back here in the back. We're taking a look here at the 83 of Grandy, kind of in the middle of the racetrack. Let's just speed this up a little bit, see if we can see what happened. Looks like Hannigan up there on the wall on the outside, no harm while he's kind of driving off. Let's just see if we can see what happened here somewhere. I see 83 down there on the bottom. He's going to slide up the racetrack. Yeah, and a little bit of contact there. It looks like that was the, not quite sure who that was, but it looked like Robinson, a little bit of contact right there. Slid up the racetrack, and that started our lightest caution. And he gets into the wall, kind of tagged in the back from Clapp. All right, so it has been a melee-filled event here at Lincoln so far. I don't even know what caution we're under. It looks like it says 3rd caution, but I think that's more like 4. Throwing a black flag for Case. It looks like that's cleared now. He's back up to 10th. So it's Forrester, Hannigan, Alt, and Putney. Your top 4. Back there in the 5th spots now. We'll Clapp. Richie Gaines, Charles Allen Jr., Jay Schaff, Donald Schmalfeld, and A-Case. Looks like to be all the cars left out on the lead lap. Grims looks like he's going to get back out there. Dakota Kuhn, Dustin Steinman still out on the racetrack. So we got 13 cars still on the track. It looks like pace truck is in one more time. We're going to go green with about 29 laps left to go. Forrester going to bring us to the line one more time. Roll through 3 and 4. Forrester, Hannigan, Alt, your top 3. And we're going to come to the line, and Forrester with another good jump. Hannigan hanging right close. Alt way up there on the top of the racetrack, trying to make that cushion work. He's got a good run off of 2. Just not able to get alongside of Hannigan. But Hannigan now working the top. Forrester down there on the bottom. Here comes Hannigan off of turn number 4. And they swap positions in 1 and 2. Forrester to the top, Hannigan to the bottom. We got a good battle up for the lead. Hope this stays green for a while. This is going to be a great race here for the last 28 laps. Hannigan, Forrester going at it. Hannigan down to the bottom. Not able to slide up in front of Forrester. Forrester did a good job going down the middle of the racetrack, kind of blocking off that slider. And it looks like Forrester catches the wall just a little bit. That is going to let Hannigan get back to the point. It's Forrester, Hannigan, Putney, Alt. Forrester putting up a good defense, driving back down to the bottom, blocking that bottom line off from Hannigan. They both go up to the top of the racetrack in 3 and 4. We come off of 4 here one more time. Forrester, Hannigan, both going to run the bottom of 1 and 2, top of 3 and 4. Both trying to search around, find the best path, the fastest way around the racetrack, but it looks like the cushion in 3 and 4 is the place to be. It's Forrester, Hannigan, Putney, and Dylan Alt. We're still 1-2 right here, bumper to bumper, or bumper to fuel tank. Hannigan right there. Going to catch up to some lap traffic here in just about a half a lap or so. Not sure who that is up there in front of them, but they're about ready to get overrun here by our leaders. Take a look here through the back of the pack. Hannigan and Forrester are getting ready to catch up to some heavy traffic. Looks like our first car lap down there's going to be Dustin Steinman. He's got a little bit of damage just trying to finish this race. Forrester going to slide up off of 2. Hannigan down to the bottom. Hannigan looking to make a slider going into 3. He is going to make that move. Forrester going to try to cut back up underneath down off of 4, but not able to do it. Forrester down to the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, unfortunate right there. I'm not sure who that was coming down sideways in the middle of the racetrack, but they collected Hannigan. It looks like it might have been the 17 of Steinman. Go back and take a quick look here. You can see Hannigan here in the middle of the racetrack. And you can see up there to the front, that's the 7. Not quite sure who that is. But unfortunately for Mason Hannigan, we had a good battle going for the lead up there in the front. Hannigan going to get collected. Anybody in chat knows who that 7 car was? I'm not. And we have got an infield full of cars. 8 cars left on the racetrack. Hannigan down there in the pits as well, trying to get some repairs done. I'm just trying to figure out who that 7 car was because my timing and scoring doesn't give me the right numbers sometimes. I think that might have been Schmalfeld. Alright, back to the racetrack. Putney now finds himself up in the 2nd spot. We take a look at the point standings again here one more time. And Putney's only about 50 points behind Hoffman. I don't know if that's enough to get... I'm not sure the scoring in the league, but if Putney can stay up here in the top 3, is that going to get him the point lead coming off of this out of this race? I'm not quite sure. We'll have to talk to the officials afterwards, but... when we come to the stripe, it's Forrester, Putney, Alt, and Clapp now your top 4. We had a heck of a race going on there for a while. What happened there? We got, all right, here we go. Back to green, Forrester, Putney, Dylan, Alt, William Clapp, your top 4 going out of that 2nd spot right now. Forrester's set sails. We've got 19 laps left to go. Hannigan made his way back out on the racetrack. We'll see where he's at. He's back up to 8th, but I don't see a nose wing on that car. He might get through part of this field, but I don't think we're going to see him back up there fighting for the lead. Unfortunate. We were looking to have a great race there for the lead between Forrester and Hannigan. Forrester, Putney, Alt, your top 3. William Clapp back there in the 4th part, trying to make that top line work. Right behind him is a 3 car, Jay Schaff. That's our battle on the racetrack right now, is for 4th and 5th. As Forrester has got about a 1.5 second lead now over Spencer Putney. We'll keep an eye on this battle back here. It looks like down. Oh, it looks like it's going to be the 3 car of Schaff catching that inside wall just a little bit, but he's going to keep rolling. That is going to leave Clapp up in the 4th spot. A-Case may have made his way to 5th. Hannigan trying to do everything he can without the nose wing on that car. Doing a good job of keeping that front tires down on the ground. He is up to 7th now after coming in and pitting. Charles Allen back there in the 8th spot. Matt Grimm in 9th. But take a look here at Aiden Forrester one more time. Comes off of turn number 2. We've got 14 laps to go on my chart. Putney kind of maintaining about that 2.5 gap right here, but not able to close up on him. It's our best battle on the racetrack right here. Right now is Clapp and Schaff going at it for this 4th and 5th position. Clapp rolling in the middle, sliding up to the cushion. Schaff entering on the top, trying to make that top work. Oh, Clapp's going to catch the wall off of 2. That is going to let Schaff drive by. Take a look here at A-Case back in the 6th spot. He has got Hannigan to his outside. One more time, Hannigan with that damaged car looking for a caution here to see if he can get himself a little closer to the front, but he's now back up to 6th. Forrester, Putney, Alt, and Schaff right now, your top 4. Forrester finds himself in some traffic. Let's see if that's going to let Putney make his way up here. Forrester able to make his way through traffic right there. Trying to find something on my timing and scoring, but not going to work. So now here comes Putney, also trying to get to that same traffic. It looks like that's the 85 or the 95 of Dakota Coon that they're making their way through. They just got past the 83 of Greg Robinson. The Forrester now with a couple lap cars, at least one lap car in between. But here comes Putney. Putney is going to try to get some clear traffic if he works his way around the 91 of Matt Grimm. So our two leaders now both clear of that traffic. They got some clear sailing in front of them here for about at least a few more laps. We'll take a look at Hannigan's progression. He's now up to 5th. He's got William Clapp right there behind him and getting sideways right in front of him. A lap car that is going to bring out a caution. Looks like that was Charles Allen in the 142. Bringing out our latest caution. Our chart says our 5th caution, and we'll go with that. All right, so timing and scoring shows us 5 laps left to go. Take a look at our lap leaders. And that's not accurate, so we'll get rid of that because that counts caution. So lap leaders that I'm seeing on my time is scoring, Aiden Forrester led 28. Hannigan I was able to lead a lap. Zarfos led 2. So that is our lap leaders right now. All right, we're going to roll around here one more time. Right now, your top 5, Aiden Forrester, Spencer Putney, Dylan Alt, Jay Schaff, and Mason Hannigan. Hannigan's doing a masterful job. Damage on that car, no nose wing. Working his way through traffic. Now he's got Jay Schaff right there in front of me in the number 3. I believe we have 8 cars left on the racetrack. Is that what I'm seeing? Looks like 8 cars left on the racetrack. My name is Chris Murphy with DRSN, bringing you the Dirty Old Bastards 410 series, the penultimate race of the season. Next week, they're going to finish off with the championship race at Charlotte. Our points leader, Kenny Hoffman, not here tonight. Spencer Putney, running in seconds, got a good chance to make up a bunch of points. We're going to go green here one more time. I'm showing 6 laps left to go. Forrester rolling through 3 and 4 one more time. Going to dive down to the bottom of the racetrack, get a good run off of 4. Bring us to the stripe. It is Forrester, Putney, Alt, your top 3. Going to keep an eye on Hannigan. Hannigan rolling around the bottom of the racetrack. A little disadvantage, but he's making everything he can out of it. Up to the 5th spot, rolling the top of the racetrack. He's going to try to catch up here to Alt and Schaff. In the meantime, Forrester's setting sail up there. He's already got almost a second. Oh, and it's going to be the 3 car of Schaff into the wall, upside down. It looks like that may bring out one more caution. That is going to be our 6th caution of the night. Six caution flags here at Lincoln. We don't normally see that many cautions with this group, but it has been a case of attrition here tonight. As Forrester, Putney, Alt, Hannigan, Clapp, and A Case, I think, might be the only 6 cars left out on the racetrack. Oh, excuse me, Dakota Coon and Jeremy Zorfo still out there rolling around a few laps down. Charles Allen Jr. as well. So we've got it looks like about 10 cars left on the racetrack. But Charles Allen finds himself down about 3 laps at this point. All right, about 4 laps left to go. It looks like it's Aiden Forrester's race to lose at this point. He has been dominant in this race. He had battles from Hannigan early until Hannigan was involved in that caution. Back out here with some damage. As we are going to roll around here one more time, come off a 4. Going to come across the stripe, go around one more lap here before we go green. Pace truck getting ready to pull in off of 2 down the back straightaway. Forrester, Putney, Alt, Hannigan, your top 5. And you can see how slick that top of that racetrack is, heading down the back chute into the corner, up into 3, so that run that cushion. There's a thin line up there, but Forrester going to bring him to the stripe. You can see him dive down across the bottom, get that momentum off the hill. Putney there in second. He's only got a couple of laps to find something. If he is going to challenge Forrester for the win in this race, Dylan Alt catches a little bit of the wall. That's going to let Hannigan get up to fourth. Hannigan's worked his way all the way back up to fourth. Putney looking to the bottom of Forrester off of 4. Forrester with a little bit of a mistake there off the corner. That let Putney make some ground up on him. We got 2 laps left to go here at Lincoln. Forrester, Putney, Hannigan now is back up to third. Back into a podium spot. Clapp down there on the bottom trying to challenge. We come across the stripe. 1 more lap to go. Aiden Forrester looking for another win here in the Dirty Old Bastards 410 Series. Forrester, Putney, Hannigan, your top 3. Foster's going to come off. Forrester's going to come off at turn number 4. Take the win here at Lincoln. Spencer Putney's going to come across in second. Mason Hannigan with a great run back up to third. William Clapp in fourth. Dylan Alt, A-Case in the 6th position. Our 6 cars left on the lead lap after that one. Let's see if we can bring up our podium. So there's our winner right there, Aiden Forrester. Started on the outside of the front row, led most of the laps, led 33 of the 36. And is going to come home with another win here in the Dirty Old Bastards 410 Series. Go back, see if we can go back here a little bit. All right, so it looks like we got Aiden Forrester in the waiting room here. We'll get him in here for a quick interview. Aiden, you got Chris Murphy here in the booth. Hey, buddy, how'd you see things out there tonight from your point of view?
Yeah, we had a really good car tonight, and I think I knocked both front tires off this car from like lap 5, and it was very hard to drive, but Tanner built me a good setup, and I was still able to wheel it, and yeah, we came out throwing it. It was a little sketchy there in some laps, trying to keep a hold of it, but we know Lincoln pretty well, and we've always ran really good here, and we're able to hang on. It's pretty cool to get a win, and yeah, we'll be back next week.
Yeah, you started up on the outside of the front row. You had a little bit of a challenge there at the start from Jeremy Zarfos, but you got out to the point, and then about halfway through, or about 10 or 15 laps into the race, Hannigan was right there with you. You guys started swapping some slide jobs. Man, I was really hoping it was going to stay green. That looked like that was going to be a great race between you two.
Yeah, it was going to be a good race. In the process of us flying, I hit the inside wall and was just trying to hang on at that point and got fortunate with a caution. And it was kind of a reset and was able to learn how to drive the car. Car was not right, I'll say that, after hitting the wall. So, yeah, a really good car once again, and I can't thank you guys enough for putting this on. It's always fun to show up for DOB, and we'll be back.
Appreciate it, and congratulations once again. We got Charlotte next week. I know you've got Pro Series on Monday night, so good luck there, and you're going to be back for Charlotte next Thursday night.
Yes, sir, we'll be there.
All right, appreciate it. Good luck with everything else you're doing, and we will talk to you one more time, Aiden. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right. So looks like we don't have our second place runner, Spencer. Did I say Spacer? Spencer Putney. But we do have Mason Hannigan here in the booth with us. Mason, Chris Murphy up here with you. Great run out there tonight. Just give us a little bit of what you saw out there throughout the evening.
I don't know. I think me and Aiden were going to have a hell of a race there, especially through traffic. And then traffic put an immediate stop to that one. So I don't know. I felt like we were pretty good there, honestly. It was probably the best I've been at Lincoln in a while. I don't know. I just felt a little bit better tonight and made some adjustments from the pro race this past Monday. So, yeah, we got a little better there at Lincoln. Granted, I probably won't race here for the next 6 months. But, yeah, it's going to be fun. And then a lap car kind of spun out in front of us there, and I didn't really know where to go. So, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of cool to get back to third there. I don't really know how we got back to third, but we did. So, yeah, it was good for the PA posse points, and just keep trucking.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that. You guys started throwing sliders at each other. You and Aiden both swapping around, running the top, running the bottom, trying to find the right race. I was really hoping it was going to stay green and get to watch the rest of that race. I'm, as a fan myself, just calling it. But, you went back here to the back, took some repairs, and from our view, you didn't have any nose wing. Was that the same on yours, or was that just a visual on my end?
Yeah, no, we had the front nose wing sheared off of it. I think I had the right front towed out quite a bit. The rear of the car I think was fine. The front though was not up to par. So yeah, I really we couldn't even begin to tell you how that worked. Because I feel like as soon as you lose the front nose wing at this joint, you're in some deep trouble. But yeah, we just I don't know, and then all of a sudden I ran less throttle too, so it worked. So I don't know. I guess we'll
Did you
take our P3 and run.
So what kind of adjustments did you make inside the car? Did you move did you move the top wing forward a little bit to try to compensate, or were you just kind of just not getting into throttle quite as hard, just rolling into a little softer off the corners to keep the nose down, or what were you doing there?
Basically, you just do whatever. So you take whatever you were going to do in real life and you do the opposite of it. So typically you'd move the top wing forward. Well, I moved the top wing back and I got better. So yeah, I don't really, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I moved the top wing back and it got better. So I was like, okay, well, we'll do that. That's no problem.
So yeah, sometimes you just got to do what works, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, good run there tonight. I was really, really looking forward to seeing that you guys were put on a good show there with you and Aiden. So we'll, but before we get you out of here, we come back for Charlotte next week. You going to show up for Thursday night? How you feeling about Charlotte?
Yeah, should be there. I love Charlotte. Other than the win at Williams Grove there with the World of Outlaw deal, my best run to date before that was 19-4 run with the pro deal. So I love Charlotte. I don't know why. I hate it in real life, but I love it on the game. I think the game at race is better than it does in real life. So it's fun. It gets wide. It gets it gets pretty two-laned and it's enjoyable. So yeah, we'll look forward to next week.
Well, before we let you go, you got anybody you want to give a thanks to?
Yeah, all the boys at Black Diamond for sure. Ernie, Jace, Richie, Alec. You can't think of my boy Trevor. Even though he's like semi-retired. So, yeah. Other than that, Velocity Race Designs with Ross Corona and all them guys. So, yeah, we'll finish off the season or finish off the deal next year at Charlotte.
Well, congrats on a good run tonight, and good luck with everything next week. And hopefully, we'll see you next Thursday night.
Thank you.
All right, that is going to wrap up our post-race interviews. Let's see if we can bring up the full results here for you real quick and kind of walk through it. It was a little bit of we saw a little bit of everything here tonight at Lincoln. Let's see. I don't know why it always starts at the middle for me here. We're going to scroll to the top. So your winner, Aiden Forrester. Coming home in second, Spencer Putney. We were looking forward to talking to Spencer, but he did not come into the booth for us. So Spencer going to come home in second. Mason Hannigan third. William Clapp with a good run. Going to come home in fourth. Dylan Alt's fifth. A-Case in the sixth spot. And I call him A-Case because I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Dakota Kuhn there in seventh. Matt Grimm eighth. Jeremy Zolfors started on a pole this race. Won the dash. Unfortunately, a little bit of misfortune. He ended up in ninth, a lap down. Dustin Simon in the 10th spot. Charles Allen Jr. in 11th. Jay Shaft 12th. Greg Robinson there in 13th. David Baker 14th. Richie Gage the third in the 15th position. Donald Schmalfelt in 16th. John Klimowitz in 17th. And if I pronounce your name wrong, John, just send me a note. I'll get it better next time. In the 18th spot is going to be Shane Gallo. We're going to scroll back here just a little bit more. 19th, Joseph Grandy. And looks like Austin Griffey did not even take the green flag here tonight. So that is going to be our 20-car field here for the Dirty Old Bastards 410 series at Lincoln. An exciting night here tonight. Saw some good racing. We saw some action. We're going to be back next week. So my name is Chris Murphy. Got to give a big thanks to Chris Roberts for having us here tonight with the Dirty Old Bastards 410 series. Make sure you check out Design Metal Arts for all your needs right there. Tanner Pettit Racing, 10% discount with TPR 24. But once again, my name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN. We'll be back next week with the Dirty Old Bastards 410 Championship at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But with that, congratulations